Hello, good people. So today I want to show you why we often struggle with money, right? Most people struggle with money because of this simple illustration. Now, I want us to unpack this together. So let's look at this picture. So on the one side, this side here, we're looking at your inflows, right? And on the other side, that's your outflows, right? So generally, if you're looking at the inflows, so for most people, it's often just one salary. And if you're a business owner, it might just be one source of profit for you. Now, if you go back to the outflows on the right hand side, now your outflows will generally consist of things like your rent or bond, transport, food, electricity, insurance, your school fees, debt repayments. These are your normal monthly debt repayments, your medical expenses, entertainment, family support, and many others, right? So the list is not conclusive, so it's always dependent on a person or whatever commitments that you actually have on a monthly basis. Now, I want us to focus on the scale itself, right? So, can you see why the scale is leaning? The problem isn't always that people don't earn money. The problem is that one inflow is trying to carry too many outflows. So, depending on what applies to you, if it's a salary, you're looking at one salary, which is trying to cover as much as many outflows. Now, if you're a sole trader, you're looking at one source of profit, also trying to carry the load. Now, this is why many people live from paycheck to paycheck. In many instances, a few days after payday, the money is already gone before the next salary comes in. And you find yourself in a situation where you're struggling to survive. So, what happens? We generally experience that you'd find yourself having to borrow money, and this could be a payday loan. In some instances, it could even be a credit card, or simply just borrowing money from family or friends just to get that temporary relief. As I see it, this is just to get your temporary relief, but it creates a bigger problem. Why? Now, in the next month, that very same salary must now pay for this month's expenses and last month's debt at the same time. That then creates a bigger hole. Now that hole keeps on just getting deeper and deeper. What's the solution, you may ask? Well, the solution is not just about cutting expenses, and it's not just about earning money, more money. We need to work on both sides of the scale. And we need to work on increasing your inflows, and that's your income, right? We also then need to put some control measures on your outflows. Basically, when your inflows become bigger than your outflows, that's when you stop surviving and you start building wealth. And that's your journey to financial freedom. I know it sounds simple, but when you actually get to doing it, that's where the struggle begins. But once you start and you start shifting things around, you will see a difference. And the very first step is to actually realize that the biggest problem you're currently facing is the fact that your inflows are very limited and your outflows are overly extended. And that's why the scale is not balancing. That's your coach, Path to TN. I'm signing out, and keep in tune for more videos where we build financial freedom together.